everyone, today we have another Chanel video. Now, if this is up on Patreon, you're probably watching it as early as December or as late as you'd like. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then you're watching it whenever this is officially released in the United States. This is the Multi-Effect Quadra Eyeshadow in Rivage or Rivage. I think it's Rivage. 78. This is limited edition. And it has a very light, very springy look to it, and a very, very baby blue. Now, I did record me putting on the look so you can see exactly what it looks like. A couple things I want to mention. On my lips, I have 938. This is Keep Cool. This is from the winter collection from Chanel. This is the Cocoa Bomb. It's kind of icy, frosty pink. I thought it would go well with this quad. And I also have on the Light Copper Le Beiges primer. And I want to mention that because you'll notice my skin looks a little warm, a little bronzed compared to my neck. I did that on purpose because this is a very icy blue look. I think it'll look great with the icy white, frosty white primer as well. But I wanted to see what it would look like if my skin was a little bit warmer, like a spring or summer kind of look, because I'm not exactly sure when this quad is releasing. This could be a spring release, this could be a summer release. I just don't know yet because I got it early. But I do want to mention that it is called Rivage. It's 78, 18 months shelf life, the normal stuff, and that is what it looks like. So I'll put up the swatches. This is actually a really pretty quad. It's really very, to me, it reminds me of like Riviera, like it's like a, you know, an icy blue, tan sand, that type of thing. I like the look overall, spoiler, but it's not something that has a lot of pigment. In fact, this has very little pigment. So let's go ahead and go to the video. So first I put on that tan shade and kind of put that in the transition so you guys can see. It's a very light tan shade. It is cool leaning. It has kind of a mushroomy shade to it. It's very pretty, but it doesn't come off as much. You can't see much of it. And then I decided to take the peachy shade and put that on the lid. You could also use any of the other shades to put all over the lid, but I felt like, you know, to keep the blue sort of as the accent shade. So the peach is all over the lid, and it's a really gorgeous shade. It's very light. It's like a light peach, has shimmer to it, but it's not pieces of glitter or anything. It's just a shimmer shade. Then I took the icy blue and put it on the outer corner. I can tell you, and I also put it on the lower lash line. It is a baby blue. It's the same color as my headband, and that's why I chose the headband. It's a really pretty color, but if you're somebody who would never wear a pastel blue, a baby blue, you're not gonna like this, because that's kind of the standout shade in here. I mean, it's really pretty, and I personally like it, and I wear blues all the time, but if you're not somebody who would ever go for that, I don't see buying this quad, because then you'd only be wearing the 3 shades, and the 3 shades are pretty neutral, and you probably have them. This is my take. And then the white shade in here is a very glittery white. It's very pretty, and I like the way it makes the eye look overall, but I just want to mention it does flake, and it does go all over your eye. So if you're somebody who doesn't like that, you know, you're going to get fallout. So I would suggest doing the eye look first and makeup, face makeup afterwards. I never do that. But you should, no. It's just that you're gonna have to clean up the eye area, because there's gonna be like white glitter, basically sparkle all over your under eye. So overall, I mean, I really like the look. I think it's very pretty. I think you do get this kind of beachy look, right? You know, I've got the gold of the sand and the blue of the sea, and it's sparkly, and I like this. I think it's unique. I don't have too many things with the baby blue in it. Yeah, I like it. And with my coloring, I actually think it looks very pretty. But this is not going to be a quad that I think a lot of people will wear, because it's, again, very lightly pigmented. So, you know, for people who have a deeper skin tone, I don't know if it's going to show up as well, but I would say this, like the brown shade won't, the mushroomy brown shade. The other shades though, like the blue and the peach and the white, they might actually look better because they'll be more of a contrast. So it really depends on what you like, but that one shade is going to blend into your skin tone, because it almost blends into mine, and I'm pretty pale. But if you're looking for a very light, springy summer look and you like a baby blue, this is really nice. The formula in here is very powdery, and the white, like I said, is very sparkly and very, reminds me kind of the oversized highlighter that Chanel had, the white one. I know the other ones weren't, you know, as sparkly, but this one's like that. So there's like little pieces in it. I like the way it looks, and I think it creates a really sparkly, pretty effect, but you know, you're gonna get fallout. Yeah, I mean, it's more powdery. It's not like, my favorite formula from Chanel recently is the one that came out for the winter, the Graphique, because it was creamy. That's what the old Chanel's used to be more like. They used to be creamier. This one's more powdery. It actually looks nice on the eye, and I didn't have any problems blending it, and I didn't have any problems with it, and it lasts. Like, I don't have any problems throughout the day with this one. But again, it's a powdery formula. So I think actually people who have oilier skin might like this more because it has more of that powder. It's still like a silky kind of thing. Whereas the other ones are more, like the Graphique has creamier. And if you have dry eyelids like I do, that is I find that much better to use. But if you don't, you know, I don't know. Like I said, that's one of those things that's a preference. It's a little hard to tell. But color story is pretty obvious. If you like this color story, you're gonna like this quad. I think it's very pretty, and I like the shock of like the baby blue. I think that's fun because it reminds me back in the day when I worked for Chanel. Wow, what year was this? This must have been 97, 98, something like that. There was a waterproof eyeliner, the ones that I love so much. It was in this baby blue color, and I loved that liner. And of course, it was discontinued a long time ago. I've been looking for it on secondary. I haven't seen it anywhere. If you see it anywhere, let me know. I will buy it. That's not like, it's not disgusting. It's not like, you know, it doesn't smell bad, and it's like hard as a rock. But yeah, it was this baby blue color, and I don't remember the name of the shade. But anyway, it was the late 90s. Maybe they had it up until the early 2000s, but I went through 2 of them, I think. And again, it's a very light baby blue, and it doesn't work on everybody, but it actually, I used to use it on women who had a deeper cool skin tone because the pop of that bright baby blue was beautiful, like stunning. Yeah, I had one client, she had the most stunning skin. It was this deep, it almost like it was like a cocoa kind of shade. It was beautiful, and she had these gorgeous like blue eyes. And she bought like 4 of those liners because it matched the color of her eyes. It was just so stunning on her. She was beautiful. But yeah, so I brought back to that shade, and like I said, that shade has been gone. That liner has been gone forever, as far as I know, 20 years probably or more. But anyway, so I like that, and I'm drawn to it. I like blues. You know, my favorite color is green, but second, I love blues. So I think this is really pretty. It's not going to be for everyone. Again, the powder, it's more of a powder formula, and this is definitely like glittery, the white. So not my favorite, you know, but I do think it's good, and I do think it's a little bit different from what Chanel usually does. So, but you're going to get you can see it's a very light look. It's not particularly pigmented. It's not over the top. The most over the top thing about it is the white, sparkly, glittery shade. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.